Bullying is driving children towards suicidal ideation. Adults, we must wake up. Let me be perfectly clear today. This message is not delicate, not watered down, and it's damn sure not designed for comfort. So pardon my French and my hollering from now, because I'm in silence. I am very passionate for the well-being of children, no matter race, culture, or whatever. And this message is for the adults who need to understand that bullying is not normal childhood behavior. So, no, it isn't kids just being kids. It's much deeper. Bullying is driving children into suicidal ideation. Yes, I'm saying it directly. Suicidal ideation. Children, not grown adults, not teenagers, but children are experiencing thoughts of suicide because of the relentless emotional harm that they are receiving at school, online, and sometimes even in their own homes. And then you got adults who are just walking around acting like this shit not real. Like kids will recover quickly, or they start saying stupid shit like they're just being sensitive, or they'll get over it, or it's just a phase. No, it's not. It's not just a phase. This is a public health crisis. So here are some raw numbers for you metaphorical mask wearing adults. And these statistics are ugly and may potentially be disturbing for many. However, they are very, very real. And we know that truth is sometimes ugly. So let me give you the actual data, since many of you prefer denial over accountability. Now, according to the CDC, suicide is now the 8th leading cause of death for children ages 5 to 11.
Oh, that's crazy. But my child is 12, so those numbers don't apply.
Well, for youth aged 10 to 14, suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death. Let me let you hold that real quick. Right. And one CDC study found that over 60% of children aged 5 to 11 who died by suicide had been bullied. Ain't that some shit? And a second study funded by the National Institute of Mental Health, published in JAMA Pediatrics, revealed that Black and brown children aged 5 to 12 are dying by suicide at twice the rate of white children the same age group. What the is that saying to us? And where the hell is our mental support for our children? But hold up. There was a research from the Journal of the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry that showed that children who are bullied are 2 to 9 times more likely to experience suicidal thoughts. These are not my opinion. These are not exaggerations, and they're not social media scares, because Miss Silence is not here to scare anyone. These are verified facts and straight truth. And adults need to stop pretending bullying is harmless when children are literally losing their lives. So, if you want some raw, unfiltered reality of bullying, well, it's simply this. Bullying does not simply just hurt feelings. It erodes a child's emotional foundation, dismantles their confidence, isolates them socially, humiliates them publicly and privately, and it makes them feel powerless and unprotected. And we all know when a child feels powerless long enough, their mind starts begins drifting into dangerous territory. I know personally. And it's not because they want to die, but because they want the emotional suffering to end. That is suicidal ideation. And it's happening every single day. And then adults wonder why children don't speak up. Let's stop pretending children should just tell someone. knowing damn well children in schools need to show signs of strength and not weakness. I'm pretty sure you remember your school days, right? Okay. They just don't speak up, period. And that's only because, for me, I believe some adults dismiss children's pain. They minimize their experience and they're quick to blame them for being targeted. Then they tell them things like toughen up, and then they fail to intervene the situation, or they just do not take bullying seriously. Shoot. At one point, I stopped trusting everyone too. So I get it. Children stay silent because they do not trust adults to do anything meaningful. And that silence becomes the breeding ground where suicidal ideation develops and deepens. Adults must do better immediately. And if you're an adult listening to this, you need to understand something with absolute clarity. A child's life depends on your response. So if a child tells you they're being bullied, do not brush it off and tell them to ignore it. Do not tell them to be strong or say it's not that serious, because it is that serious. It is life and death serious. For what children actually need and want from adults is safety, protection, validation, emotional support, adults who listen, adults who act, adults who take their pain seriously. They need adults who don't wait until a child is in crisis to finally pay attention. So my message to every adult watching: if the word suicide makes you uncomfortable, good. It should. Because children are thinking it while adults are avoiding the conversation. And if the truth makes you uneasy, that means you've been too comfortable with the problem. It's time to wake up and get out of the matrix. Protect these children, listen to them and believe them, and make sure you intervene for them, period. Because silence is costing children their lives, and I refuse to be silent. I miss silence, and I will always speak unapologetically and loudly for the children who feel unheard and unprotected. And if you're an adult watching this, do better, be better, and protect them better. Their lives depends on it.